Okay, so hello guys, my name is Shrek, and in today's video we are here with leader of Colony. Could you say something about yourself and maybe about your position in Colony?
Yeah, hi everyone. Nice to be here. So I'm the CEO of Colony, and it's a pleasure to spend time with you today.
Okay, thanks. And let's start just with the interview with the first question. So to begin with you, please give us a little bit of background about yourself. What did your career look like before creating Colony?
Yeah, sure, that would be my pleasure. So I have like a financial background. So I have like a master in finance. Then I worked at big firms like UBS and Crédit Agricole here in France, because the team, part of the team is based in France, but I also worked in New York. So pretty traditional finance background, but I've also been involved in the crypto space since 2013. So at first I was just like a sort of a early investor in the space, and then I started to build some businesses. So starting 2017. I was part of an initiative to create one of the first leading VC fund in Europe. Early 2019, I created a hedge fund called Exo Alpha, which has basically a directional, quantitative, systematic strategy that is long short, and we're trading Bitcoin and Ethereum with that. So pretty well-established business. Through a partnership, we are regulated by the FCA. And we are trading about $500 million per month in terms of trading volume. So pretty active strategy and pretty regulated business. So that was my involvement in the past in the crypto field. So I've been pretty active already, as you can imagine. And yeah, like after that, last year, I came across the Avalanche consensus and the platform that they built on top of that. And I was really blown away by it. And so I reached out to Eva Labs to see how I could work with them. And after several calls, I had this idea of Colony, which is essentially what I'm going to present to you today. And yeah, the idea is to have this community-driven approach while fostering the growth of the entire Avalanche ecosystem.
Okay, thanks. So that's really cool that you already had some experience in cryptocurrencies, in some financial stuff, because it will really help the project, and maybe it will also encourage future investors to just look after the Colony, which is a really cool project, and you should also really look after it. So what is Colony? Story. Wait, again.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So about Colony, so as I mentioned, it's really this. So it came after several talks with Eva Labs on how my team and myself could be able to foster the growth of the entire Avalanche ecosystem to meaningfully, contribute to the space and bring some value. So the role of Colony is basically to deploy capital in early stage projects, also to provide liquidity to early stage and well-established protocols, to validate the network with some staking functionalities, and also to have a global exposure with an index of the top 10 project by market cap building on Avalanche. So it's a lot of ground to cover, and like half of the capital that we'll be deploying will be focused on early stage investments. So the cool thing about it is that it's going to be a decentralized model. So you can think of it as an inclusive DAO. So the mechanism is pretty simple. You will be able to buy Colony on exchanges. Then you'll be able to stack that Colony on our platform. And based on that, you will have an allocation on the project. The way it's going to work is that Colony will invest in some projects at very early stage, and then the project is going to mature. And once the project is live on the secondary market, so trading on exchanges, you will be able to receive Colony token. You will be able to receive airdrops from those projects linked to the Colony's investment. So Colony will airdrop 80% of the amount invested in that project directly to people staking Colony token. So it's I think there is no other project doing such a thing in the entire crypto ecosystem. And we want to bring that to Avalanche to enable the community to participate very early in several deals. So like at the seed stage and also private sales.
Yeah, also I also didn't saw like product like this who is working like this, so it could be really huge in the future, because you're investing like in the startups of some cryptocurrencies. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we're here to help all the projects that want to develop on Avalanche. We're going to provide funding to them at seed round and private sale, for example. And then we're going to do some marketing with them. We're going to help them to connect with the entire Avalanche network. And once they are able to grow and they're able to have their token trading on exchanges, we will then airdrop the allocation that we received as a seed investor, for example, directly to the people staking Colony token. And so that is the mechanism, but as it's very community driven, within our application, early 2022, people will be able to see the entire deal flow that is inside the Avalanche ecosystem on Colony application. So then they will be able to upvote the product that they like. And based on that, it's going to be really the ground for those projects to receive funding by Colony. And at the end of the day, us, myself, the team is only providing the tools to make this investment process through our application that we are developing. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the community to decide where the capital inside Colony gets deployed in the ecosystem. So it's truly like a tool that we are building for the community to be able to participate also in early stage deals. Because if you think about it, like in crypto, communities are very important, but they are only able to participate in the system once the coins and the tokens are live trading on exchanges. We want to change that. We want to change that, and we want to allow them to participate even earlier than that. So that's what we're building.
That's cool. And when was the Colony funded? Can you tell me something more about this, about funding the Colony?
Sure, of course. So for that, so we raised a seed round and a private sale. Total, we raised about 18.5 million there. And that is coming from some VCs, the Avalanche Foundation itself, some people from the Avalanche ecosystem, and then some big VCs that you will be able to find on our website, which is colonylab.io. Then we also were able to onboard our very early community. So they were able to participate in the private sale, because we want to enable people to participate in the future to a lot of seed and private sale. So we might, just start by doing that with Colony itself. So this is what we actually did. The IDO of Colony is on the 6th of December. So by the time that video gets released, I think it's going to be live. That's about it. Like in total, we're going to raise 21 million, and about 80% of the amount raised will be used to basically like provide this capital inside the Avalanche ecosystem. So invest in early stage projects, provide liquidity to protocols, and so on. And so the rest of that capital, so 20% will be used to actually build the application, build the team, and things like that.
Okay, so I think everything is clear. And how did team come together to build Colony in the shape and light that is today? How many people are working on this project currently?
Yeah, sure. So as of right now, the team is made by former partner that I had on the hedge fund that I mentioned earlier, Exo Alpha. So we have like a very strong financial expertise there. And we also have developers. So we have about 6 developers working on the project now, and the team is growing. So we have about 3 Solidity developers, 2 front-end, and 1 tech lead. In terms of marketing, we have about 3 people now. So total, I would say close to 15 people working on Colony full-time. And we want to expand that team in the coming weeks and months to be able to deliver the product. So the product is already developing at a very rapid, with a very rapid growth. Everything related to the staking is already in place. We'll be releasing new features until the end of the first quarter, 2022.
Okay, and what notable milestones have you achieved in now?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of milestones, we closed the seed, we closed the private sale. So we had like a very successful raise there. And we started to also invest on some projects. So the way Colony is working is that it's going to be the community making the investment decision in the future. But as of now, as all the application is not live yet, the core team wanted to start investing in some projects, because this way people understand how Colony is working. They are able to receive the first airdrops. So we just want to kickstart the mechanism. So in terms of milestone there, we already invested in about 7 projects to date, and we have about 2 to 3 more that will come very, very shortly on the investment board. And we have like a huge deal flow now, because we're starting to be pretty well known in the Avalanche ecosystem. So we have about, I think now it's close to 20 to 30 projects that we are currently reviewing. So we invested. So in terms of the project we invested, we have already several ones. So if you look at NFT, gaming, metaverses. So on that category, we have Heroes of NFT already. We have Tellcraft, which is already live. So that will be probably one of the first airdrop. We have Imperium Empire that will go live later this year. And this is a very anticipated project. And we've been here since the beginning to support them. So that will be another very cool airdrop. We have Islander also. So that's about NFT gaming, sort of like play to earn mechanism. In terms of DeFi projects, so we invested in O Finance back in October. We have Kite also, which is a prediction market. Platypus also coming up later this year. Which is a very new, which is a very cool project that will come in Avalanche and bring a lot of growth, I'm sure. So yeah, it's at least like 6 to 7 airdrops that will be available at the end of December. So we're pretty excited about that. And we have like huge projects currently building on Avalanche, and we are lucky to be there to support them very early. So I think based on that, in the future, Colony can be very, very successful.
I heard about that Empire, and I was also thinking about investing in it, so that's really cool. And I think you have a great eye for this. And what are the key milestones that token holders should look for to 6 to 12 months after the public launch?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So at first, once the token is live trading, everyone should know that if you want to actually benefit from Colony, you need to take your token and put them on the staking contracts on our platform. So you need to stake your token on Colony's platform in order to first have access to the application. So actually know what is going on inside the Avalanche ecosystem in terms of new deal and things like that. But also to receive all the rewards associated to Colony's investments in the space. So people should really stake their token at first. So that's the first thing. I think in 6 to 12 months, if we look long term, Colony will evolve and will also allow people to actually put USDT, USDC, I mean, stable coins on some pools with a locking period. And that capital will then be able to be deployed inside the Avalanche ecosystem in different ways. So liquidity providing, we'll also have pools for early stage investments. This way we'll be able to scale actually Colony and have even more capital to deploy inside the ecosystem and fund as many good projects as possible. And the people staking Colony token, once again, will then be able to have a fee on those managed pools because they will be the one actually investing that capital. So that's very ambitious. No one is doing that in the entire crypto ecosystem for now. So we want to take our time to deliver that and to build a very secure environment because we don't want to have any exploit, rug pull, or anything like that. So, we are just setting the ground and building all the smart contracts that we need. We're getting auditors also to review all of that to make sure that, it's very secure and people can trust those smart contracts to deploy capital inside the Avalanche ecosystem.
Okay, I got this. And that was the last questions. If you have anything you want to mention also about the Colony project, why should people look after that, why should people invest in it, and why you think it will be the next moon, the next hidden gem, or something like this, or something like the thing that could change the cryptocurrency world, then it's your time and I'm really interested in it.
Yeah, sure. So I think what Colony brings to the entire crypto ecosystem is is a new paradigm, is a new way of things. So what we really want to push forward is the term ecosystem farming. So no one is using it now, and for the past 2 years, people have been talking about yield farming, right? So putting some coins, you have this yield, and you're able to generate even more of that coin over the long run or related mechanism. With ecosystem farming, this is really what Colony token is doing. So you just stake your Colony token, and then you are able to, over time, build a diversified portfolio of promising project building on top of Avalanche. That's one thing. You are also able to gain AVAX staking rewards because Colony will be staking AVAX, and all those staking rewards, we will also be distributing that to our to people staking Colony token. So that's also very important. And then on all the profits that we'll be making on the liquidity providing side, we will use that to buy back CLY on the market and then airdrop it back to the people actively participating in Colony's governance. So at the end of the day, if you're staking, if you're an active participant inside of Colony, you will be able to grow your number of Colony token. You'll be able to grow your number of AVAX. You'll be able to grow and to build a diversified portfolio at a very early stage of the most promising project on Avalanche. So that's very appealing for people already on the Avalanche ecosystem, but it's also very appealing for people outside the Avalanche ecosystem that want to join the ecosystem, or maybe that just want to say you are Solana, very fan of Solana, right? So you're on the Solana ecosystem. And you want to keep track of what is going on there, and you want to stay there. But you know that there is an incredible growth happening on Avalanche, and you still would like a share of that pie. So what you can do is just buy Colony token and then stake them inside Colony, and you know that you have almost nothing to do, and you will still grow this diversified portfolio on Avalanche. So that's really the ecosystem farming term. That's really what Colony is all about. So for the community, it's an incredible tool. And also what I would like to mention is that for new projects, so projects that are looking for funding, Colony is very powerful because it's like any other VC in a way that you get funded by an entity. to grow your business, but at the same time, you have an entire community coming alongside with it, right? So Twitter will grow, Telegram channel will grow, and people will be actually interested in your project, right? Because they know that they will be financially incentivized at some point. So now they just want your project to grow as much as possible for them to have the biggest incentive possible. So that's really cool. And also, once you're live, it's not like having like another VC on your as an investor, because Colony will airdrop 80% of the token acquired to its community. So it's instant adoption. It's like instantly you have thousands of addresses receiving your token. So we're really acting here with Colony to foster growth, but also decentralization. So that's about us.
Okay, I think you bought me, and I will surely look just after this start about the Colony to stake my money in your project. And how about you, viewers? Let me know in the comments, and also don't forget to hit a like, subscribe also down below, and you will find all the important links in the description also down below, like to their website, like to their social medias, and etc. And in today's video, I think it's gonna be all. Thanks for the watching, and also thanks to you that you had a call with me, that you could just tell me more about your project, and I think it's gonna be all.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for listening, and you can go on our Twitter, Telegram group if you want to learn even more. Thanks.
Yeah, all the links will be in the description. Thanks again, and bye.